April, but was happy to address y'all today, so y'all fire away.
Tell us about, you kind of pulled up at the combine. On
Yeah.
the sprint.
Yeah, just running too fast, man. I tweaked my hamstring a little bit, right hamstring. It was grade 1 after we checked it out. Very, very minimal. It really feels great now. Didn't feel confident in the strength of it yet. I don't feel it anymore, but I want to make sure anybody who's ever had a hamstring issue, you want to build up your confidence with it and make sure it's strengthened as much as possible. This is obviously a big interview for myself, and just want to make sure I'm in the best shape possible. So, like he said, we'll be ready for the 4th.
I'm sure this has been a lifelong dream for you.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel to be here now at this point, having it all before you?
It's amazing. It's really a blessing come true for sure. It's surreal at the same time. I'm just trying to enjoy and be intentional in every moment, and it makes it a lot easier being around a lot of my teammates who have dreamt of the same thing and are in the same place. So more than anything, just enjoying the process. You only get this process one time, and I want to make sure I maximize every part of it for sure.
You gonna stay here and train?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'll be in the area. I mean, between our strength coach and our D-line coaches, I do feel they're the best in the country. So I'll be good to just stay here. And the guys just love me being another assistant coach. They love it so much. So yeah, I'll be around all the practices, all that stuff. So yeah, I'll be here.
So you're eavesdropping on all the practices?
100%. I mean, these are my teammates. At the end of the day, we're just all 1 year older. So want to see how everybody's progressing, how much people are growing. It's cool to see people take that next step as I once did. So I just like to see how guys are moving along.
The guy from the Senior Bowl told me, he said, first time I saw KJ, he was like a sophomore. I thought he was already a coach. So it's just in you. Huh?
Yeah, get that from my dad for sure.
Okay.
KJ, you talk about being around your teammates. Just wondering if you could, just chat about Brian and how he's had to handle everything that he's gone through, and yet still is striving to reach his goal.
Yeah, spoke on it a little bit at the combine. Stand behind it. One of the strongest. I said people I've ever met, but it wasn't just physically. It was 100% mentally, and honestly, just having to go through such a tragedy is tough for anyone. And I know I wouldn't be able to function. But not only he knows that his sister loves him and wants him to be his best in the game that he loves. He understands that, and he also loves his brothers, that he comes to work with every single day. And so those two things he's put into perspective, and he's making the best out of it. So he's just an inspiration to me, inspiration to all of our teammates, and we love seeing him do great. On the other hand, I also love seeing him healthy. I know a lot of people wanted to see that version of him for a while, but life happened, and he was able to handle that adversity. Still working on it, and he's becoming a better version of himself. So all you can do is just be happy for him, excited to see him, and see him go early, in this draft, because he deserves it. He definitely does.
Who are some of the teams you got to talk with most at Pro Day here?
Yeah, I'd say today specifically, gotten to see a lot of the Clemson guys. So Coach Hobby, Coach Rump, getting to see those guys, and definitely chatted with the 49ers a little bit. The Giants, really just, you guys know me, I'm talking to everybody, so I probably talked to them and didn't even know what team they were on. I'm just talking. So talked to a lot of people out here, great conversation. All in all, for everything that I could do today, it was a great day. So was happy for what my teammates could put out on the field today, and got a good picture of what I'll be able to do coming on the 4th.
What is it that you're hoping to show on that workout report?
Same thing, the mindset that I went into on the Senior Bowl, just everything everybody's seen on film is that's what you're getting out of me. Definitely, drills are what I love to do as far as being. I feel like athleticism is my best quality. Shout out to mom and dad for that. So it's something I'll be able to put on display, and being able to do it with Miles is just gonna be like another day of practice. So it's gonna be fun. But get to compete a little bit and really just show my football knowledge. Put all that on display would be fun.
KJ, what were your conversations like at the combine with the teams you spoke with there?
They were great. You know, all of them at some point or the other wanted to just know about my family situation. You know, the makeup of me. You know, what motivates me, what drives me, things like that. Also, just understanding, you know, how I got to where I was this past year. You know, what kept me at this level, what's going to keep me, you know, transcending at the next level. All those things, just trying to understand, you know, what makes KJ KJ. I will say, you know, I got to speak with the Vikings, and you know, a lot I've gotten asked, like, what was, you know, the most interesting question. The Vikings asked me what was my spirit animal. That was the only question I was not prepared for. So, but outside of that, it was also a great experience, and was, you know, appreciative for the opportunity. I said I only know the Holy Spirit. That's the only spirit that I align with, because I wasn't aligned with any animal. So I wasn't ready for that one.
Not a tiger?
Nah.
I guess when you look back at your decision last year to come back rather than go to the NFL, I mean, how much do you feel like you gained from that year? And look at guys like Farouk and Tyler coming back. How much can you gain, do you think, from another year?
I feel like it worked out immensely in my favor for sure. Definitely wasn't an easy decision. As I've alluded to you guys before, it was, you know, whether I was leaving, whether I was transferring, staying. Like, a lot of things were up in the air just because of, you know, so much talent that we have here, right? And you know, hindsight 2020, I obviously appreciate that I stayed. You know, just the competitiveness made me a better player. And I think, yeah, like you specifically asked for Rook and TD, it's going to make them so much better. We're at a great spot, obviously, in all of our minds. But getting another year under your belt, just, you know, starting to learn more and more how to be a professional, even taking another step in their leadership roles, it's going to help this program, help those guys. So it's a win-win all around for sure.
Any other questions?
KJ, share a little bit about what you have these people right here on the field and supporting you all throughout this past season.
Yeah, my family. It's the main reason I play the game. You know, they just make it fun. No one, you know, I spoke on a little bit at the combine. There's nobody in my immediate circle who's like desperately needing me to make the NFL. And, you know, and that's a real pressure that some guys have, and it's not one I'm necessarily having to face. You know, my pressures are just being the best teammate I can and playing winning football. And in the grand scheme of life, that's really not too bad. So just blessed to be a part of, you know, to be a Henry, and you know, it makes coming to play football a lot easier when you got you know, a crew like that supporting you.
KJ, what would your sales pitch be to teams about what type of guy they'd be bringing into their organization?
The message in the last month or so is just I'm ready to come in and change the culture. That's just the mindset. I'm excited to learn how to do that. I'm not coming in with the mindset that I know it all, but I definitely understand the tools of leadership and you know, genuine accountability that I bring on top of just a winner. Like, that's what you're getting out of me, and whatever facet you need me, I'm capable and able and willing to do anything that's asked of me. And like I said, more than anything, I'm just wanting to win. So excited to see where I land. Been talking to my dad a couple of days ago. You know, I'm the low man on the totem pole again, and but with a lot more knowledge, you know, than the you know, 17, 18-year-old version that came in here. So excited for the challenge, the adversity that's going to come with it, and the opportunity to, you know, play at the next level. Excited for it all and ready to make a difference.
You've been here for a lot of big moments, a lot of big games, but 3 years from now, 5 years from now, when somebody says Clemson, what will be the first thing that pops in your head?
Home. I plan to, like I said, just be back as much as I can. Obviously, the next 3 and 5 years, I will have teammates I played with. So, you know, as I alluded to them, continue to support them in any way that I can. But this coaches, this community, there's genuine love there. You know, so it's a second home for me, and we'll be, you know, a Tiger forever.
Anything else? All right, thank you, KJ.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
appreciate it. Indians, what do you replace West?
30. West ain't going nowhere.